Hello everyone, the Chart Guys have been working on an introductory technical analysis course for quite some time now, and after surveying hundreds of traders with what would be the most sought after information regarding technical analysis, we came up with this course, When to Enter and Exit. It covers over 5 hours of the basics on when to enter and exit, and we feel after watching this course it will help build a foundation of technical analysis knowledge which will eliminate a lot of the uncertainty in the world of trading stocks. So the course outline, we go over the psychology of trading, establishing a game plan, the different indicators we use to signal a bullish and bearish entry, how to recognize support and resistance levels, poor entries, where traders make mistakes, exit targets, how do you know where to sell your trade, where to place stop losses, that's very important, minimizing losses is what keeps you in the game long term, my personal preparations, how I go about getting ready for each trading day, and then piecing it all together, utilizing all the information we just learned and how to apply that in the real world for making successful, profitable trades. As a bonus, we also include a lot of information on finding entries and exits utilizing patterns, and you can find these patterns on every time frame on pretty much any stock and commodity trading, and certainly being able to recognize those patterns can give you an edge as well. So we hope you will check this out. Again, it's an introductory level course. So if you are new to technical analysis and trying to get a firm grasp on things and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, then this course is for you. I hope you check it out. Appreciate you watching. Hello, Bitcoin friends, checking back in on the profit taking that's been going on. We knew we were extremely overbought to the upside, and the profit taking very swift, stair steps up, elevator down. I'm sure you've heard that saying before. Profit taking certainly occurs quicker than moves to the upside. So we are seeing an attempt to reverse the trend and reverse this pullback, where we have a pretty significant bounce so far today, and this is Saturday, January 7th. But we need to see higher lows and then higher highs established. I'm looking at a clear resistance right now of 920. That's the high of this little bounce attempt, and if the bulls can break 920, we break the lower high pattern. A key support going forward, we can put a line here, and a key support on this bounce so far is the low of the last consolidation right here, and that low is down at 861. And again, I'm going to round here. So 861 needs to hold to maintain higher lows and continue to higher highs. We can put our resistance line there at 920. That's currently the channel that we are trading in. We look at the daily time frame, and it is a big bullish reversal hammer forming, and we need to confirm that tomorrow with some further upside. So we pulled back in 3 days from 1140 all the way down to 812. So that is about $328. Very, very significant consolidation, over 25% in 3 days. So that lets you know the risk to reward of playing Bitcoin. Sure, there were huge gains to the upside, but giving back 25% in 3 days, there's a lot of people in the red now who were trying to catch on too late. So that's why you don't want to chase, and you want to wait for consolidation, either a key break of resistance or a key consolidation to be looking for bullish entries. And buying at the top right before an all-time high resistance, at that point you either want to wait for consolidation or wait for the break of that all-time high to be in blue sky breakout. So we have our established support, the low of this pullback, 812.28. The bulls are hoping that that's the lowest price we see in a few months because they want that low to be set. Otherwise, we see lower highs and lower lows and continuation of the pullback. We have to keep in mind the weekly chart is just our first bearish reversal signal here. And oftentimes, volume climaxes occur at the top of an uptrend or the bottom of a downtrend. Look at the last time we had a volume climax. It was at the top after a breakout, and we consolidated for months. Now we have another breakout, very clear volume climax at the top, and now the question is, are we going to consolidate for months? And as long as we form a higher low compared to 465, which we are still well above, the long-term uptrend is intact. So that's one thing that the bulls are happy about. We could pull all the way back to $500, $600 and still be in a longer-term uptrend, but obviously they don't want that to occur. And look how clear, look at this clear resistance at that support level in the 460s, rejecting time and time again. Once we broke that level, it was a clear breakout, and then a perfect back test and bounce off that support. Previous resistance acting as support, And now we are watching to see how significant this consolidation is going to be. And we can always look back at history. I would definitely be watching what happened here back in June, where we had the one red week, then the bulls showed up for a little bit. So trying to hold some gains here and trying to recover before another dump to the downside. So I don't think consolidation is over. The question is going to be, how much consolidation are we going to see from here? So all in all, bulls in control of the overall trend, but patiently waiting for confidence in an entry position. And just 2 days of consolidation, 2 days of very severe consolidation would not be enough for me personally to be comfortable getting in just yet. And that's what we're looking at there on Bitcoin. GBTC, 2 gap downs, giving back, let's see here, 2, 4, 6 green days, getting it all back in 2 red days. So again, an example of stair steps up, elevator down. Wasn't on a ton of volume, but look at the volume climax signaling the top of an uptrend as we then pulled back. So that's definitely, you'll see that time and time again with volume spikes indicating the top or the bottom temporarily. So GBTC pulling back, bearish reversal candlestick. Although we did break the previous high back here from June, we could not close above it, and it's a clear rejection from the resistance in the 130 area. So watching to see a red week next week will confirm the bearish reversal candlestick. As long as the bulls form a higher low compared to 74.90, they remain in control of the overall trend. But same thing, consolidation is not done in my opinion. If we see a little short-term bounce, I'll be cautious to be looking for a potential continuation on that pullback. The middle Bollinger Band is holding as support, 112.36. Bulls want to see that hold as long as possible because that is a key support. And we also bounced off the 50-day support on this pullback back at the end of November. That's at 106.37. So a big-time pullback, lots of profit taking going on, and certainly being patient before a re-entry, in my opinion. I want to see a bit more consolidation because this was so severe. I do expect a short-term bounce, but the question will be, will that short-term bounce hold up, or will we see continuation to the downside from that short-term bounce? And a bear flag pattern is a pattern that you will often see after a dump. It's a little bit of short-term upside, which cools off the technicals from oversold conditions and then indicates further downside after that move. And we can see just an example. I'll look at the gold chart here because gold had tons of bear flags on the weekly time frame. So these are bear flags where we have a pullback, there's a dump, there's a 3 weeks of a bounce, but then a dump and continuation to the downside. And there's a couple bear flags in here before clear dumps to the downside. So we can see it a bit more clear on some of these bull miners. We have a pullback, short-term upside, further downside, little bear flag bounce, continuation, bear flag bounce, continuation. So that's what we're going to be keeping an eye out for on this short-term bounce for Bitcoin. I appreciate you watching. We'll keep checking in on Bitcoin, certainly getting a lot of people's interest with the big run-up it has had, and certainly not going anywhere in terms of a digital currency. So I'll see you soon.